Today we're turning wind turbines into ocean powerhouses, all with a touch of mesh magic. You'll learn how to move the turbines and make the turbines dance to the rhythm of the wind. To do this, we'll be using mesh physics and interactables to make our game object, or a wind turbine, grabbable and releasable, and trigger an animation to make the blades spin. To make this turbine grabbable and releasable, all I need to do is add in my Mesh Interactable setup script and check the manipulable box. As you can see, there are a bunch of different settings that you can use. After all, you have the power of physics at your hands with Mesh, where you can control things like throwability and buoyancy, but it's as simple as checking a box to make this turbine or any game object grabbable and releasable. Another thing I want to call attention to is this local script scope. This box is checked to share visual script variables because I want whoever else is in the mesh experience with me to see how I'm moving the turbines around. So those visual script variables are going to be shared on the turbine. And then another note that I want to add is freezing the rotation for X, Y, and Z on this game object. I just don't want that turbine to tip over and stand upright. So there you have it. That's how I make this wind turbine our eco-friendly toy with mesh physics. Now, physics can get quite complex, and it is events-based. So developers might be delighted to know that you can use visual scripting with physics. This animation trigger that we have here, where the blade spin, is an example of physics and visual scripting working together. I essentially want the turbine to start spinning when it's in this magical transparent box. So to do that, I'm going to select is trigger in this box, and it makes the object the collider component is attached to a trigger volume. So let's go into our script machine. As you can see, if you drag a wind turbine into the trigger volume, it sets off an on-trigger enter event that starts a spinning blade animation. And the reverse happens with an on-trigger exit event. It basically stops the animation once the wind turbine exits. So this is the animation that I've set up and I've called in with visual scripting. And let's go into the mesh emulator to see how this looked. Great, we're in the experience. Let's move a little closer and teleport to our chapter 4 area. Here you have it. I can select my wind turbine, and there you go. Those blades are moving and grooving with mesh physics and our handy dandy animation. And you could see that's pretty satisfying when I drag it here. You can see those visual scripts connecting, and they've done their work.